Hey, what's going on, Joseph Marshall? What's going on at El Kai Productions? What's going on, the Gridiron Blitz? JGB, what's going on? Oh, absolutely, man. Hey, real talk though, the Lions need a Sunday night. One pride that don't ride, absolutely. You know, I had to leave work yesterday. When everybody said go Lions, I had to say, hey, one pride that don't ride. Man, I had to have a nap. I had to have some grub. Man, I'm feeling refreshed. Let's rock. The Lions won. Let's rock. It's real suspect. Hey, I promise this is Trev. I promise y'all. Hopefully, I can gain my 48 subscribers. Hey, this is the aftermath of Trav with the dub. Come on now. No, I didn't change my voice. I promise y'all. I will find you, and I will revive Troxel. JGB. No, I promise I'm not drunk. I wish I was, but I'm not. This is your one warning, stranger. What, do I feel a little bit more revived? He sounds like a low voice high. What, is my audio bad? Is my audio good, chat? Nah, I don't do that. Sorry, Joseph. I sound choppy and screwed. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Okay. Let me see. Here we go. All right, how about now? Just hey, I don't want to say their name, but I know where you was. But how's the audio now? Is it sounding good? Okay, my sound is good. Okay, I'll just give you their first name, Joseph, Pat. I sound different. Is that better?
Ball and runs for a lot of yardage after the catch.
It's going to be a challenge, no question.
Let me know how the sound is,
One thing
though.
I will say, they're not a bunch of kids. There are guys that have played a lot of football games in this league that are the replacements.
Taiwan Taylor, who was in the Tennessee camp until the beginning of the season, then came over here. He's back to receive. Rams won the toss. They have deferred, and away we go from the shores of Lake Erie with a booming kick out of the end zone. Here come the Browns. Here's their offense.
Oh, you know what would help? Let's see if I can share this.
After the touchback. Running back is Nick Chubb.
180.
Off the play fake, rolling out, and the pass is caught at the 33-yard line. And that's Jarvis Landry. Fights his way down the sideline for a gain of 10 and a first down. Baker Mayfield, Heisman Trophy winner 2 years ago at Oklahoma, started his college career.
What do you mean,
Texas
Ben? I say
State.
nothing.
Last year took over in game 3 through 29 touchdown passes, counting the 2 games this season in his career. This is his 16th consecutive start. That's the longest since Colt McCoy back in 2010 and 11. They've been through dozens of quarterbacks here in Cleveland, as everybody in this town knows. Nick Chubb now on first down goes nowhere. He is wrestled to a stop. Michael Brockers is there after a gain of 1, second and 9.
I'm sorry, guys.
Sean McVay, there he is, got the job at age 30, youngest coach in modern NFL history, already now in his 3rd year, got them to the playoffs in his first season, took them to the Super Bowl last year, and off to a 2-0 start in 2019.
Hey, 58.
Takes the inside give, a little pump fake, and the pass is caught on the sideline here by Farrell.
So I will say this: I got the Rams winning,
There is a flag down,
but that was
so
a
our
heck
first
of a
penalty
pass.
of the game. Sean Smith is the ref.
An eligible man downfield. Offense number 67. 5-yard penalty.
Oh,
Replay,
wow.
second down.
Okay.
Make it second down and 13.
So I
Justin
guess
McRae
that's
getting the
not a
start
pass.
tonight because of the injury
not
to
a
Chris
catch, I should
Hubbard, and
say.
he just really makes the block and thinks the ball is going to be gone by that time in an RPO, but because Baker sort of staggered around and found the open guy, just too far downfield.
Second and 13 from the 31-yard line.
I appreciate the 4 people in the chat.
A lob pass, it's caught, but next to nothing gained by Chubb, tackled by Taylor Rapp. And let's take a look at that Ramp defense.
Taylor Rapp. He's the guy I wanted on the Lions.
NFL, those are some well-known cats on that side of the ball. And it's offside. The Rams, you can see on the offense on the defensive line, a little jumping there. Looked like it might have been Dante Fowler. But they will congregate, and Sean Smith will tell us.
Hopefully with the good Lord's blessing, I'll get there.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Greg Robinson, who was a Ram when he came to the league as the overall #2 draft choice 6 years ago.
And his former teammate, Aaron Donald, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year outside of him, so he's trying to get right off
Marshall,
on the
that's
snap
going to be
count.
a hard question.
It actually looked like Treader may have been just a half a tick slow
nobody's
because
doing
the other
worse.
offensive linemen
They're
were moving
just
as
not
well.
So now they push
putting
back
it
to
all
third
together
and
for an
18
entire game.
on the opening drive.
McCray.
That's Ratley in motion. Set up a screen. There's a flag down. And Cleveland's only hope on this one is that it's against the defense, which would be an automatic first down. Otherwise, 4th and 1,000,000. So already 3 flags on this first drive.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2 players were in motion without resetting. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is 4th down.
So not the best of starts for the Browns, who already lead the league in penalties with 27. They had 18 against Tennessee in the opener, 9 on Monday night.
Yeah, an uncomfortable start for them. Obviously, big game. Maybe there's a few nerves out there, or maybe it's just this Rams defense that's been that good all year.
Jamie Gillen is known as the Scottish Hammer, played at Arkansas Pine Bluff.
The Scottish Hammer.
And was the special teams player of the week in the AFC, and he's going to get a big break here. Matson came up, looked like he was ready to make the catch or fair catch it, and instead it rolls about 15 more yards. So the Rams come out, no score.
Yeah, Joseph Marshall, that one's hard because, I mean, if everybody put it all together, there would be no real secondary player that's doing the worst. What do you mean? Why? How did I sound like? Hey, shout out to the Gridiron Blitz. He just went live. Well, probably because I've been yelling during the Lions game. Shout out to the 7 that's in the that's watching.
No facts, just a happy birthday. From the 18-yard line after that 55-yard punt, which had a 20-yard roll attached to it. Ball is
Okay.
handed off on first
All
down
right, Greg.
to
Go on.
Todd Gurley. Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. So Jared Goff, great year last year, led him to the Super Bowl. But take a look at that. 23-3 TD interception ratio at home. Only 11-10 on the road, and the rating is a 35.5-point difference. And here he is out on the road. Their second road game, they went to Carolina and won by 3 in the opener. 2nd down and 9. Good clean pocket, and the pass is caught at the 24-yard line. That's Cooper Kupp. Comes back from a torn ACL. He was having a great year last year, got hurt toward the end of November, had surgery, and boy, what a difference he makes to this team.
You know, it's interesting how the Browns on a couple of early downs here coming out in the same defense the Patriots used in the Super Bowl. I guess why not, right?
Sure.
Worked pretty well that day. But it also
Hey, Gridiron
is a
Blitz,
defense
do I
that's
still
going to put
sound
a lot
like
of
that?
pressure on this secondary in the back end. The idea is stop the run up front and allow these
sounds
pass
like
rushers now an opportunity on 3rd down.
In the Super Bowl, the Rams were held to 3 points. 3rd and 4. Goff has time and then throws behind Robert Woods, the intended receiver. So a very quick 3-and-out. TJ Carey covering on the play. And the Rams with one of the best punters in the league, Johnny Hecker, comes in.
Now that was really interesting. You have an entirely new secondary coming out against this high-flying Rams offense. And I was wondering, would they come out, play it safe in zone defense? No, sir. Right after them. Man-to-man defense, and it worked.
Make an early statement. His Hecker, 4 times to the Pro Bowl, and a guy who can throw. Runs a lot of fakes, but don't count on one here. And sends it into the night sky. Short, and a fair catch call for on the run, and made up at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, you guys, let me know if I still sound weird. Because this ain't cool. I don't know what happened. I do? Oh, man. All right, hold on. All right, you guys, how do I sound now? What's going on, Fred Jackson? What's going on, Dwayne Boatwright? Let me know if my voice still sounds weird. Does my voice sound weird?
Game all by himself. Aaron Donald, 2 times in a row now the NFL Defensive Player of the Year the last 2 seasons. The only other guys to accomplish that, Lawrence Taylor and J.J. Watt.
Is it lower than
he did not
what
have a sack last year
it
for the
was
first 3
like
games, and then
for
he got
Lions
hot.
game?
and wound up at 20 and a half. No sacks yet for him this season. Three-man line. That's all they rush, and the pass is incomplete. First pass intended tonight for Odell Beckham Jr. Corey Littleton, a real unsung guy, a really good player, Pro Bowler last year covering.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting with Donald on the outside here. Now, he only lined up out there 7 times a season ago, and yet clearly the game plan is known already. They want him out there against his former teammate, Greg Robinson.
Yeah,
the 2 tackles on the Browns have been the weak spots here, and so they are working their best against the weakest of the Browns.
Minus the starting right tackle, Chris Hubbard. Give it to Chubb, and off he goes for a nice game.
All right, how's that?
A little bit short of the first down. It will be 3rd down and 1.
You want to see how you get to be Defensive Player of the Year? Watch Donald run this play down from the backside. Really completely out of the play, swims over. Okay, let me go get back in the mix. There you go. Front side, backside pressure. People say he has no sacks. He's off to a bad start. You haven't watched him.
Holds off a first down, at least for the moment. 3rd down and 1. Whoa. And look out, and there he is again.
Oh, what a move.
Already starting to wreck the game. So he stops him a yard short, and then he throws him for a loss here. And in comes the punting group for the 2nd time.
Now, Joel Bitonio is their best on Cleveland. Watch this wiggle. This is like a scat back going upfield. Little wiggle right over the top, 4 yards deep in the backfield. Wow.
Jamie Gillen, the rookie, to send it down to Natson. That first punt of his, 55 with a 20-yard roll. An angled kick toward the sideline, and takes a decent bounce. And they will bring it back and spot it at around the 15-yard line. The Rams take over with 9:04.
How's my audio via my voice? Does it sound like I'm using some sort of recorder or something like that? That's what everybody's been saying, that I sound different. Yeah, because, I don't know, I got to make sure this audio thing is working, because that's crazy. It sounds like I'm in audio, or my voice from, like I'm using some sort of audio. That's crazy. I wish. Absolutely, and we appreciate that, Dwayne. Real talk. You know, without you guys, we wouldn't be nothing. And hey, real talk, shout out to the Detroit Red Wings. They picked up an overtime win against the Penguins. I think it was 3-2 in overtime. So shout out to the Detroit Red Wings.
First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, very appropriately named tonight. Place is buzzing, has been for a couple of hours. Their Browns 1-1 coming in against the Rams 2-0. Rams start this drive. Off a play fake, rolling is Goff to buy time, throws right on the money to Brandon Cooks, but there's a penalty marker back at the 13-yard line. Already 2 penalties against Cleveland tonight, and 1 that was declined.
Before the pass, holding. Defense number 35. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is first down.
That's Jermaine Whitehead.
Good decision here by Sean McVay. Watch him snap out of the huddle. Why do you do that? They have 4 new members of the secondary, and their star middle linebacker is missing. So you come up, don't let that young defense that hasn't played together a lot try and figure out exactly what they're seeing.
From the 32-yard line. Rams line up as they do very often in a very tight formation. Give it to Gurley. Breaks the tackle to the 35. And let's take a look at the Rams starters.
Jared Goff, Cal Berkeley, Todd Gurley, Georgia.
Cooper Kupp, Eastern Washington. Brandon Cooks, Oregon State.
Robert Woods, Southern Cal.
Gerald Everett, South Alabama.
Andrew Whitworth, LSU.
Joe Noteboom, TCU. Brian Allen, Michigan State.
Jamil Demby, UMaine. Rob Havenstein, Wisconsin.
Go without a huddle, and the pass is incomplete off the fingertips of Robert Woods, which will make it 3rd down and 7 for Los Angeles.
Anytime you watch the Rams play, what they try to do is to marry their passing game exactly to the running game. So the run we just saw to the left side, they do it again this time to the right side and go play action pass out of it. That has been the key for so long to the Shanahan offense, McVay offense. You go right down the line, and the Rams do it great.
How's it going, James Willis?
Rams initially went 5 wide here. Now Gurley comes back into the backfield. They flare him out. Goff to the right side, fires on the money again to Brandon Cooks. 6th-year out of Oregon State. Started with New Orleans, then went to New England, and now a Ram. Been to the Super Bowl the last 2 years without a trophy.
Well, if this front 4 for the Cleveland Browns does not get pressure better than this, they're going to lose the game. Right now, this game is really in the hands of the defensive front 4. That is the strength of the Cleveland Browns, and to date in this season, the weakness of the Rams has been up front.
And there, Aaron Donald, of course, is Myles Garrett. Haven't called his name yet tonight. And it's fired and off the fingertips and incomplete. Brandon Cooks. Let's take a look at that Cleveland defense. Secondary that needs, hello, my name is name tags. 2nd down and 10. Inside handoff. And that is Gurley, but he'll be stopped at the 45. You know, in the NBA, there's a phrase called load management where guys play like 60 games and take a few games off. Same thing with Gurley. He's got that knee, the knee issue that bothered him at the end of last year. He was hurt in college, maybe a little arthritis as well. So they've got to really spot him and not overuse him.
Yeah, as far as just a pure runner, Malcolm Brown does every bit the job really that Todd Gurley does running the football. But when you get into the screen game, the passing game, that is where Gurley becomes really valuable.
He's been in on every play tonight. They flank him out here to the right side on 3rd and 5, and Los Angeles will take a timeout.
First charge timeout, Los Angeles. 30 seconds.
So with Gurley, who was a workhorse, a stud, defensive coordinator for the Browns. Last year, 1 year as the head coach at Arizona. That didn't work out, so he comes here on Freddie Kitchen's staff. Play clock at 1. Goff throws into a ton of traffic and somehow, some way threads it to Cooper Kupp. That's enough for a first down. Got 6.
Yeah, that would have been a penalty, but for Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp recognized that on the far side of the field, Brandon Cooks was not on the line of scrimmage, and he needed to be. They talk about Kupp as being this guy who's like having an extra quarterback on the field. Watch him here. Anyway, waved him up just before that happened and kept a play legal that would have been called back.
That's McVay. He designs passing plays about as well as anybody these days. On the 39-yard line, nothing doing there. That is Todd Gurley stopped for no gain. So Gurley tonight has already carried the ball 4 times for a total of 9 yards.
Yeah, and we saw Joe Schobert over there
Joseph
making
Marshall,
the tackle.
that is
He has
hilarious.
really had to carry the load.
Dolphins home tickets so cheap you can go on the field with the players for $75 and call 2 plays.
Offense like this, you just want to enjoy it.
2nd and 9, set up a screen, and this time it is Gerald Everett who's the tight end, and he picks up about 4. Mack Wilson makes the tackle. Tyler Higbee is the Rams' #1 tight end, but he's back home. He's injured. Hope to have him back next week, so Everett takes over.
Yeah, and Everett played really well last week, and not just as a receiver, as a blocker as well. And so, believe me, here's a guy that was a 2nd-round pick. He is not short on talent.
3rd down and 5. Five minutes to go in the opening quarter. You hear the barking. Play clock was at 1, and there's nothing happening there. That gets broken up by Mitchell. Cooper Kupp made the catch, but Mitchell was right there to corral him. It's 4th down.
Here's what happened when you go 6 across the board here. This center's got to turn one way or another, so there just isn't enough to block here. Once you fill all the gaps, somebody is going to be turned loose, and that time it was Olivier Vernon, and they get off the field.
Greg Zuerlein
He destroyed that offensive line.
Zuerlein last year in overtime in New Orleans, who put the Rams into the Super Bowl with a 57-yarder. From 53, and it draws beautifully right down the middle with 4:06 to go in the opening quarter.
What do you? Can you guys hear me? Dwayne?
Look over the shoulder of Sean McVay. 3-0 Los Angeles. Zerline will bang this one through the end zone. So the second touchback to go along with the field goal. So Baker Mayfield is the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft. Talking to him the other day about a variety of things and when he was drafted. And remember back when Brett Favre was drafted back in 1991 by the Atlanta Falcons? There he is channeling Favre all those years later. Same pose. He loved Brett too.
Yeah, said it was his favorite player. Where he said, you know, who do you sort of model yourself after in the way you play the game? He said, no question, Brett Favre was my favorite player.
Chubb. And nice run by Chubb.
Nice
He takes
run.
it for a gain of 12 around the left side. Got to meet, neither of us knew him.
Yeah.
At least we haven't done too many Cleveland games.
No, we haven't. But I was wondering, you know, I kind of walked in the room and I wasn't real sure, you know. He kind of has this reputation, and was I going to like him or not? But the reason I liked him is he's a pure football guy. You can tell, a little like Brett, you know. Brett could have some humor and do all the stuff, but you knew that Brett in his heart was all football.
Yeah, Baker's got a lot of swagger, a lot of confidence. Resolute, he's driven. He drives that one into the arms of
Odell Beckham with the
Beckham for a
first.
first down up at the 49-yard line.
Baker Mayfield knows how to throw those RPOs. So start one way, the linebacker leans just a little bit, and that guy right there, Odell Beckham, the best in the National Football League since he came in the league at running those slants. Always dangerous.
Now you got an empty backfield, and you got jumping across the line is Sebastian Joseph Day. First-year guy out of Rutgers.
Encroachment. Defense number 69. 5-yard penalty. Remaining first down.
Yeah, but this doesn't happen by accident either, though. You've got Baker Mayfield out there who realizes the mismatch in this game is the Rams' defensive line against his offensive line. So what's he doing? Already a lot of bootlegs. Let's get out of there. Let's hard count. Get him to jump off sides there. He's working it.
And 4 wide here on a first down and 5. Play fake right on the money.
Odell Beckham with another first down.
Odell, of course, with the Giants so many years, had that 89-yard touchdown reception in his old stopping grounds last Monday night.
Just reading Johnson right there. If he sits still, then he's going to hand off. If not, he's throwing that slant in behind. So always a tough position for that dime linebacker to be.
No huddle here.
Hey, go 43, 43.
Chubb. And he gets stacked up after a short gain. Aaron Donald, of course, is in the middle of the fray. Gain of 2, second down and 8.
I'll tell you, I like Nick Chubb and obviously like Aaron Donald as well, but Nick Chubb really has become one of those guys. He's not flashy, Al. You know what I mean? He's not one of those speedsters, a lot of moves, but he has tremendous balance. He breaks a ton of tackles, was just one off the NFL lead a season ago with 44 forced missed tackles. So he is a guy that knows how to stay on his feet, and you have to have a big guy tackle him to get him on the ground.
Give it to him again.
Ooh, Michel's almost got another first down.
Played his college ball at Georgia. He came into Athens when Todd Gurley was wrapping up his college career, and Sony Michel, now with New England, was also there at the same time. Pretty good trio of backs.
No, that's a lot of flashy Georgia running backs around here. We saw a little bit of that against Notre Dame over the weekend as well.
3rd down and 1.
4 down, 58.
Kitchens calls the plays. Tom Monken is the offensive coordinator, and let's see what he sends in here in the final minute of the first quarter. Calls it for Chubb again, and that will move the
got
sticks.
first down now. All right. Keep moving the ball.
It's a good-looking drive here as they move from their own 25-yard line. Run 4 running plays, 2 passing plays to get it down to the 23 against Wade Phillips' defense. The Rams defensive coordinator.
If you ever get a chance to have a cup of coffee with Wade Phillips,
the best.
Do not pass it up. He is one interesting guy. He's a football historian, and he has more stories about football than anybody I know.
Best homilies ever. To the outside, Beckham. And he'll get wrestled down by Fowler, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, anytime, Dwayne. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Man, what is up with these weird Tide commercials? What's going on, Abdul? Yeah. Yeah, I got a little bit more pep in my step.
Games in Cleveland.
That's a good guy to have your back.
Yes, I'll say. 2nd and 5 as we start the second frame from the 18-yard line. And Mayfield gets it off to Chubb. Flag is thrown. For the moment, he gets the ball to the 9-yard line, tackled there by John Johnson. Referee Sean Smith.
Pass interference. Offense number 86. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Called out on the tight end, Pharaoh Brown.
Pharaoh Brown here, who's getting the start this evening. A lot of 2 tight end stuff. The ball wasn't even close to being thrown at the point he's just driving Marcus Peters down the field. Just a little lack of experience there.
Hey, I appreciate that.
So 30 penalties. Njoku, the regular tight end David Njoku, is hurt. He's also on injured reserve now, so they won't see him until at least November. So also a little short at that spot, too. Second down and 15 back at the 28-yard line. Off play action. That buys a ton of time. And then it's caught at the 15-yard line. Catch made there by Ricky Seals-Jones, another of the tight ends.
Yeah, working against Corey Littleton, definitely the best of the cover linebackers down the field right here. There was some question, who is going to be the guy to replace and become that next third element without Njoku? But really, Ricky Seals-Jones, there's a guy that was a wide receiver, a five-star recruit.
I know we will talk about the Lions every chance we get, but I don't think that ESPN will give us that much love.
For 11 seasons. Fake the Chubb, pass caught, 10-yard line. It'll be a first down and goal. Catch is made there by Damian Ratley, second-year man out of Texas A&M, first and goal.
You know, I've got to say I love what Freddie Kitch is doing here. This has been one of those offensive sets as McVay looks on the other side trying to figure out how to stop this. But they are not letting this Rams pass rush get going. Everything is play action, quick throws, quick slants, get the ball in your hands, screens. They're protecting this offensive line beautifully.
Bunch the three receivers to the right. First down and goal. 10th play of the drive is a run by Chubb to the 7-yard line. Second down and goal a couple of minutes into the second quarter.
The other thing this does, Al, and this was really important to the Browns here tonight, Freddie Kitchens knew exactly what was going on in his own secondary, right? So on offense, how do you offset that? How do you protect your own secondary that has been completely redone by doing this? You just keep the football away from that great offense.
We're in the time of possession battle right now. They've had it 10.5 minutes, and the Rams have had it 6.5. Second and goal. 180. Chubb to the 5. John Johnson pops him there, the safety. So it'll be third down and goal. Heavy workload for Chubb. He's carried the ball 9 times to 36 yards. That's 4 per pop.
The interesting thing about watching Aaron Donald is that he goes the wrong way almost half the time. Anytime you see Donald, you go, oh, he's not reading that right. He's going behind, but he's going behind because he can still catch it from behind.
Almost got him there. Third and goal. The receivers all set to the right side. Mayfield looks left. Mayfield under pressure. Avoids a sack for the moment. Then throws incomplete. Beckham was the intended receiver. Double covered. It was Michael Brockers, number 90. Put the pressure on that time, and it's fourth down.
Well, it's a long drive, and then there was a double team. And the bizarre thing about Aaron Donald is he gets this all the time. I mean, it's amazing how many times he's double teamed, and yet he got 10 sacks a season ago off of double teams. That's a career year for most guys.
Crazy. 23-yard chip shot here for Austin Seibert. Austin Seibert for the 23-yarder, and the kick is good.
I got the Rams as well, Dwayne. Joseph Marshall, what are you talking about? Oh, you got the Rams by 3. All right. I see you. Yeah, all that false hope. I'm going to say it's going to be 27-10.
Kickoff will be taken a couple of yards deep by JoJo Natson for a touchback. Sean McVay, third year Rams offense since he took over, 31.2 points per game, number 1. 391 yards per game, that's third best in the NFL. 30-point games under McVay, 22. Cacophony comes in here.
That is crazy. 22 30-point games
in 10 years
under Sean McVay.
Sean's done it more than that in 2 seasons plus 2 games.
The boy wonder for sure.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to find the next Sean McVay if you're looking for a coach. And that's Gurley taken down behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Carey comes up from the corner to knock him down, second down.
You want to know what the Patriots did in the Super Bowl against the Rams? Here they go. 3 here, 3 on this side, 1 in the middle, and 4 DBs across the back end of
Saquon got
a
high ankle
daring
sprain.
the Rams to run those outside run plays. They're going to take that away because in so many ways the play action off of that is the core of this offense.
Second and 10. 4-man rush to the outside. The pass is caught along the sideline by Robert Woods. And that will be a yard shy of the first down. So Robert Woods, they've got 3 great receivers in Woods and Kupp and Brandon Cooks. Woods started in Buffalo, spent 4 years there. Use him on the jet sweep a lot and to run with it once in a while. 3rd and 1. Play action, buys time, fires wide open. Cooper Kupp. And he'll take the ball into Brown's territory and fights for more yardage to the 43-yard line before Terrence Mitchell is able to corral him.
It was a combination of both. Not having
Here's
Cooper
what
Kupp
happens when you have a great play caller.
not having Todd
3rd and a
Gurley.
short one. Watch these linebackers jump all over this, and then you're wide open on the back end.
But hey, shout out to Goat. He has 6 rings now.
Receivers like that in key moments.
At the Cleveland 44-yard line. Look out. Goff is able to step away. Throws too high. Woods was the intended receiver, well covered on the play, second down and 10. Quiet night for Myles Garrett, who was the #1 pick a couple of years ago. Terrific defensive lineman, led the NFL with 5 sacks through the first 2 weeks.
How surprised were you to meet him as well?
Very much
Very
so.
quiet, kind of humble guy, and almost embarrassed by some of the penalties he's had.
Oh, I gotta make sure I get quicker on that one. But what's going on, the Gridiron Blitz? For the 13 of you that's in the chat, if you're not subscribed to the Gridiron Blitz, go ahead. There's his comment. Click on it. Go to his channel and subscribe.
Here you have a fabulous matchup on the outside. Andrew Whitworth, who has been one of the great offensive linemen for a long time, 37 years old, going against Myles Garrett, leads the league in sacks, and just 23 years old. And really, the way this offensive line is set up right now, Whitworth has to win one-on-one so they can slide and help those other offensive linemen.
3rd down and 10. Goff spins away, fires up in the air. Almost intercepted.
He almost had that.
Wilson went to the ground, couldn't hold on, 4th down.
Wow, they are coming. Steve Wilkes is bringing everybody. They're going to bring 7 out of here and just straight cover 0 on the back end. They're just going to go get Goff. He makes a great move to get out of there, but really nobody was open and almost an interception. Great play by Whitehead down the field.
Fourth down, you've got Heckerman to punt. And the Rams, are they going to challenge interference here? When you looked at that again, that could be, you know, McVay, that could be what he challenges.
Los Angeles is challenging the ruling on the field that there was defensive pass interference. We'll review the play.
I mean, that's the only thing.
They're about to lose a timeout because it doesn't look like there's any content on that. Hey, Joseph, that'd be awesome, man. Hey, just don't choke at the championship game.
Rams charged with a timeout, but also a challenge, which means they only have 1 for the rest of the game, and it's 4th down. With 9.5 of the Rams will now punt, with Johnny Hecker to send it down toward Jarvis Landry. Landry's going to let it go, and it will be scooped up at about the 6-yard line. Odell Beckham Jr. He kind of changed the world of
What's
receiving
going on,
in
Chris?
a Sunday night game back in 2014.
All right, Abdul. You have a wonderful night, man. Oh, absolutely. Oh, for sure. Oh man, why didn't you guys tell me?
Not for fair caught. And Matson will get
I am so sorry,
taken down
guys.
as he crosses the 50-yard line, and a flag is down.
Wow.
Back at the Rams' 35-yard line. Not too many run backs without a penalty, that's for sure.
During the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 31. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Los Angeles keeps the ball.
Yeah, my
first
bad,
down.
Dwayne.
Timeout.
Darius.
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do, just so I don't make that same mistake. Alright. Now I should be able to keep an eye out, make sure that the it's registering when it's game time. My bad about that, Dwayne. Not yet. I'm gonna be what do you call it? Probably looking for them around Tuesday when they get back to work. All right, Chris, you have a safe night, man. Drive home safe, buddy.
Natty, the founder of that franchise in 1968 with the Bengals. This drive starts with a sweep for Woods, but that is sniffed out very nicely by Schobert and Vernon. Second down.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons that we've seen the Rams struggle so far in this half is they just have not been able to get the running game going. Todd Gurley, 5 carries for 10 yards. This jet sweep, very much a staple. But if you don't let the Rams get outside of you, a lot of that stuff they like out of the passing game, the stretch, the play action, the bootleg, none of that really gets going unless you start running the ball.
Malcolm Brown is the running back. Gurley gets a rest. Fake to him. Fired over the middle, and that is hauled in by Gerald Everett, the tight end, who backs up at forward progress. Will net him a first down at about the midfield stripe.
Get a chance to see Joe Schobert here and the impact of play action. Watch him step up here as this play action comes right at him, and then here comes the tight end right behind him.
Rams go no huddle. Fired over the middle. And threading it to Robert Woods at the 32-yard line. So the Rams again coming up without a huddle. That one was good for a gain of 18.
How good is Robert Woods? Just a complete player. He's such a good blocker. They gave him the same present that they gave the offensive line last year.
Fake to Brown, a roll to the right, caught here by Cooper Kupp. And he gets stopped after a gain of about 7. Second down and 3.
You know, we mentioned it just a little bit briefly, but Cooper Kupp is that other quarterback on the field. And I tell you, in those key third down situations and big moments of the game, those where the holes are in the zones, and it really made a difference when he went out for the Rams last year.
Torn ACL operated on by Doc Elitronge out in L.A. Comes back 100% this year, and Goff is going to get sacked by Larry Ogunjobi, number 65. Had a quiet first half until now. He knocks him down for a sack there of 8 yards.
Now, there's just been a couple of miscommunications up front so far here. When you get centers going that way and the rest of the line going that way, that makes it a little too easy for Ogunjobi, who really has had a very nice start to this season. He's an impressive guy on the nose.
Crowd roaring on a third down and 11. Flip it out. And we stop at the 30-yard line. Brandon Cooks is there. And that'll bring on Zerline and his gang for roughly a 48-yard attempt.
Well, you know it's coming. If you're going to show all this pressure right up the gut the way that they are, you know they're going to flip these screen passes out here to the outside. But if you're prepared on the outside and it's third down and 11, so be it, right? You can almost anticipate they didn't care they had that covered too.
48-yard attempt. He's already made one from 53 and made it by plenty. And that one's no good.
Wow.
Left it out.
Brett Zerling with the missed field goal. Wow, that is crazy.
(3-3) in Cleveland. The Rams have only scored one first-half touchdown this season, and that on opening day late in the first half against Carolina. Cleveland has 100 yards tonight, a total offense, and the Rams have 120. After the missed field goal, they start from the 38-yard line. And Mayfield over the middle, a wide open Jarvis Landry for a big gain to the 36-yard line. Jarvis Landry, his second catch of the night, good for 26 yards.
Got a lurk right there from John Johnson, and he almost had it. I'm not sure Baker ever saw him. Just a slight hesitation, and Baker quick enough to get that one in there.
Mayfield 9 of 13 for 88 yards. Pass is incomplete. Pressure started to get to him. That was Dante Fowler, came over from Jacksonville last year. On the outside, second down and 10.
I think Dante Fowler's had the best start, really, of any of the Rams defenders out here this season. He has just been all over the place, and his effort has been relentless. Of course, he made that huge play in the championship game against Drew Brees, leading that interception. So he has been exactly where he was leaving off a season ago.
Second and 10. And getting corralled at the line of scrimmage there, Chubb. And this Fowler right there again, number 56. Third and long.
It's kind of been a strange game here. Robinson comes down, and you know Fowler with his speed and quickness on that play, you can't just leave him unblocked. Been a few strange things going on with these offensive lines tonight.
Score is a little strange. You didn't count on 3-3.
That's why the Detroit Lions
didn't we have 3-3 last week?
A couple of weeks.
Every week. Third and 9. Take your pick. Everybody moving.
There's definitely movement by the Browns.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Right guard Eric Cush.
You know, and it's just those little things that are so maddening, because then the quarterback, Baker, will get back in the huddle and go, hey, man, I'm doing these hard counts so those guys can't get the pass rush going against you, and you're jumping offside. You want me to stop doing it? You can imagine some of the conversations that happen in huddles after those plays.
Mentioned the most penalized team in the NFL coming in. 4 more tonight. On top of 27 in the first 2 games. Third and 14. Mayfield fires deep downfield, almost caught but incomplete. Landry right there. Good coverage by Nickel Roby-Coleman, who will go down in history, of course, as the man who should have been called for pass interference in New Orleans and was not.
Well, this is a tremendous play. How many times have we seen Jarvis Landry come down with this ball right here? And yet it was Roby-Coleman who got his hands up between the arms and able to knock that one away. That was a disappointing drive. They were down, looked like certainly in scoring position, and came away with nothing.
Jamie Gillen. Nose down punt. Fielded at the 12-yard line by Madsen. Whisperer, isn't he?
He is. He was a quarterback at Alabama, and a good one. He was the player of the year in Alabama. And oh, by the way, Sean McVay was player of the year in Georgia, right?
High school.
Yeah.
Right. Goff throws, caught. 18-yard line. Cooper Kupp makes the catch there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning coming at 1. from the 18-yard line. Todd Gurley back in the game. And Goff fires. And then it'll be caught by Brandon Cooks up at the 23-yard line. Clay Matthews Jr. Remember, his father played in the NFL. His son is playing tonight. He's going to be honored. His name up in the Ring of Honor at halftime here. Goff fires, caught. And that'll move the sticks as Robert Woods makes the catch. Rams have one timeout as they hustle up to the line of scrimmage, which is the 36. And there is the third. Clay the third. Of course, Uncle Bruce, cousin Jake. What a legacy with that family. And that pass is incomplete. Intended for Woods. It'll be second down and 10.
You know, these two defensive coordinators have really done a fabulous job so far in this game. And the one thing that Steve Wilks has done, there's Wade Phillips on the Rams sideline. Steve Wilks, you can tell because a lot of the conversation is about Jared Goff gets the call very late from Sean McVay, and they make the adjustments and they get to the line of scrimmage. Well, what he's doing is he's waiting until that play clock gets down under 15 and then making some late moves of his own.
Second and 10. Good pocket that time. Caught. And getting spun down. Cooper Kupp. Tackle made there by Justin Burris. Under a minute now to the half. 3rd and 5. Oh, yeah. Action on the right side. That's Jamil Demby. Their regular right guard, Austin Blythe, is hurt, so he's inactive tonight. Demby came in, did a good job last week in the New Orleans game. And he's, I'm pretty sure, the recipient of this flag.
False start. Offense number 64. The foul occurred under 2 minutes. By rule, this requires a 10-second runoff. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 37 seconds. The clock will start on my whistle.
Yep, so it's a runoff, a 10-second runoff. Timeouts. Try to do something at the end of the half. 3rd and 10.
Let's see. 2 deep safeties down the field. They're staying with that all the way across the line of scrimmage, so all these gaps are filled in here, which creates problems. So they bring Gurley up into the gap to prevent this blitz from hurting him the way that it has in the past.
Said they rushed 4. Goff, look out, the arm coming forward or not. For the moment, it's a live football. And it's Schobert with the recovery. Rule a fumble on the field with 18 seconds. Here comes another look.
I think that was Myles Garrett, wasn't it?
Yep.
Garrett does just enough, and that is definitely a fumble. No question about it. So no impact at all in the first half until it matters most, and just enough. Where the Browns have just hung in here and hung in here, played their style of game, not to put too much pressure on that young defensive backfield. And now here they are with a chance to take the lead late.
They want more than a field goal. The ball's at the 17. They have all of their timeouts.
Dwayne, it may look like it's going to be a 12-9 game. The way that it's been
at the 17-yard
the way that it's getting played.
Mayfield escapes and then just throws it away, and that took 6 seconds off the clock, down to a dozen.
Let's take a look back at Myles Garrett and what he was able to do on this rush. Kind of late pressure, the way he bends, he's really remarkable. I've seen him just do some remarkable things on tape where he can contort his body and be in the weirdest position and still running full speed. I don't know how he does it.
Well, Texas A&M #1 pick overall. Back in 17. 2nd and 10, and a whistle before Aaron Donald gets to him. Timeout called.
First charge,
by Cleveland.
timeout, Cleveland, 30 seconds.
Here's Garrett.
Close a lot of times, and with the way they protect quarterback, maybe it's just inevitable.
And the Trevor Siemian season in the Jets game the other night in the Meadowlands.
I tell you, Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham are so good when you just throw that ball up and give them a chance. But these corners for the Rams are equally as good, and now they swing a safety over the top of those two guys.
Landry and Beckham both split to the right side on a 2nd down and 10. Mayfield throwing, and that's incomplete. Landry looks for a flag. There is none. Aqib Talib covers, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, that's what makes the Rams so tough there. That looked for all the world like man coverage. Baker Mayfield was not wrong for reading it that way. And yet at the last second, you saw the corner at the top of the screen fall underneath this thing and really almost had a chance to pick it off. That's what Wade Phillips does. He disguises defenses so well. I sit there sometimes and I watch him a step, 2 steps of the quarterback going back, and I still don't know what it is.
3 receivers set to the right, and now Cleveland will take another timeout.
Second charge, timeout, Cleveland.
Look at that defense, and Freddie Kitchens will bring him over.
It's like an NBA final 20 seconds.
They got so much music.
Get better. He has a lot of smart guys playing defense on this team right now.
And major kudos to Steve Wilkes on the other side, whose defense has limited the Rams to 3 points. 8 seconds. 3rd down 10. Rush 4 again, and that pass may have been knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It was Clay Matthews coming in, so 4th down and 10, 4 seconds. And they're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Just take a look to make sure that this thing, in fact, there's Matthews on the outside. He might sneak out at halftime to watch Papa a little bit. And I don't think there's any question, right, that that was a pass and not a fumble. Yeah. He kind of saw Matthews coming and almost just threw it in the dirt.
So a 35-yard attempt. Austin Seibert, a rookie from Oklahoma. And that one is down the middle as time expires.
Alrighty. I'll be right back. You guys hang tight. I appreciate the 5 people that's hanging tight. All right. We're back. I am hoping this game gets more interesting. Because these primetime games is everything less than primetime.
We go in the second half.
How's that?
And the Rams will bring it out to the 25-yard line. We go
How's
to
that?
Michelle.
Is that better?
I spoke to Freddie Kitchens at halftime, and he was pretty proud of his defense, in particular those replacement players who have had to come in. He said, look, we're not here just to show up. Everyone who suited up tonight knew the plan. We had to play together, and we believe in each other. We're here to win. And Sean McVay credited the Browns defense, saying they've kept him out of the end zone. We've got to run the ball. We haven't been able to do that. And he's hoping to make second half adjustments just like he did last week against New Orleans, Al.
All right, Michelle, so Gurley talking about that run game, 5 attempts, 10 yards. Can they get the run game started? Not a bad beginning right there. Gain of close to 8 as Gurley goes over the left side. This season, in the first half of games, the 2.5 games, 16 drives, 1 touchdown, 5 field goals, 2 turnovers. Very un-McVay-like.
Well, and the entire interior of this offensive line has been turned over. No Boom, Allen, and because of the injury to Blythe, Denby in there at the right guard position. So it's a coordinated effort up front, too.
And the run game, it's off to a very good start here in the third quarter as Gurley takes it again. That time a gain of 8, and that's a first down.
You're welcome, Dwayne.
Yeah, and it's really going to be one of those games now that these wide receivers and the way that they block may become a huge factor. I don't think there is a team in the NFL whose wide receivers have a bigger role.
Going no huddle, clean pocket, fires open, makes the catch along the sidelines. Brandon Cooks moving the ball into Cleveland territory to the 41-yard line.
So what happens? They have 2 good runs to start this drive, and now you come out and you go play action. You do this little half roll back the other way and throw it to Cooks. You get Cooks out there running 4.33, and what a catch he made last week against the Saints on a bomb. You have to give him some room out there to operate.
5 grabs for him tonight, averaging 12 yards per reception from the 41-yard line. Hole closes quickly there, but after a gain of about 6, Ogunjobi making the tackle. It'll be second down, let's call it 5.
And here's No Boom and Allen over here working in combination down and then back up to the other level here. But all these blocks, they don't just happen. I mean, this is something that the Rams offensive line over the past couple years, they did thousands of times, right? So now you have a new group in there and you get it coordinated, then the back has to figure it out. They will.
2 minutes into the half, second down and 5. Cup goes in motion. Under pressure, he gets it away, caught at the 20-yard line. Good first drive here. Cooks making the catch, so they have run now 5 plays.
Yeah, we're going to think about doing a tailgate or
get pressure out here, and
like
then
that.
You get the pressure going up inside. So now Whitworth
stay
takes
tuned.
the little
No,
safety
me and
on
the
the
Gridiron
outside
Blitz are
instead
looking for
of
some
taking
places.
Olivier Vernon.
You know, for a team that scores so much, it's amazing how tight their formations are.
It all ties together. I'll show you in a minute.
Yep.
They'll do it.
And that pass is better served that he didn't make the catch. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, so that time they fake it that way, bootleg away, and then throw the screen back to it. It's a play that worked for him a week ago. But it's not like it's some, oh my gosh, how do you do this kind of stuff. But he just does such an incredible job. So did Kyle Shanahan of tying it together, of when the run works, then what do we do off of that? How will the defense respond? He's usually standing behind the defense, seeing what they're doing, not what his team's doing.
This time they split Gurley out, at least for the moment. Now they're going to walk in, going to take a
first charge, 30-second timeout, Los Angeles.
Cleveland, a great defensive first half.
Yeah, we're going to try to look for some sort of sports bar. Do like a meet and greet and have some drinks or whatever and enjoy some football.
3. They need one more of those. That 2nd down and long, if they can make one more play here and force them into a drop back situation, that's where the advantage really
I knew what you were saying, Dwayne.
So Morgan Burnett, who would be one of their starting safeties, former Green Bay Packer, Pittsburgh Steeler, but he's hurt tonight, as is every starter in that secondary. Goff has time, fires, and the catch is made. Cooper Kupp. Coverage is good, but Kupp with his hands able to snatch it out of the air for a 1st and goal.
You're going to see when you're leading the league in sacks, you're going to get a little extra attention. This time, Havenstein going to set far to the outside, and Demby's going to come back in to clean it up. I tell you, that Cooper Kupp, he just makes catches like that all the time. All these receivers do. They're really good.
Kupp, 3rd year, played at Eastern Washington. 3rd round pick in 2017. 1st and goal. Cooks in motion. The toss to the outside. Look out. And the Browns equal to the task that time as Gurley gets taken for a loss. Eric Murray comes up to stuff from behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, Al, this game is the exact opposite of what happens against New Orleans. New Orleans really kind of stuffed them inside, and they had success outside. The Browns are stuffing them outside, and when they go inside, they've been having success, but they keep getting it away from them.
2nd down goal, ball back at the 11-yard line. This is the 9th play of the drive that started back at the LA 25. Goff to the end zone, and nobody's home there. Josh Reynolds stopping at the goal line. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
They always do this down around the red zone in particular when they go to that snap to the line of scrimmage, because there's so many different guys, and somebody like a Todd Gurley can just as easily line up at wide receiver as he can running back. The wide receiver line up at blocking back. I mean, it's really, they can do anything out of any formation.
Let me know what day.
Snap out of the huddle.
Or what time.
Do it here and have a quick snap.
3rd and goal. Play clock at 2. Goff fires. That's
nice.
A touchdown.
All right, Cooper Kupp.
Running an out route in the end zone. Pulls it in. And that's the first touchdown of the game. 75 yards in 10 plays.
That's what makes it so tough. Cooper Kupp just beat you on an in route. Now you're in man coverage. You got to play that, and here he goes to the outside. So for the first time, really, and I think the strategy is the correct one. When you have a new secondary on the back end, what do? You go faster, make them make quicker decisions and not help each other, and that's exactly what McVay did on that drive.
Rams with the lead. Zerline for the point after. (10-6). Former coach of the Giants, longtime GM of the San Francisco 49ers, went there. And of course, Paul Brown coached there for 9 seasons, won 4 high school national championships. Zerline. Well, we're doing our Mount Rushmore thing this week with the Cleveland Browns. This was pretty easy. Paul Warfield and Ozzie Newsome, and we both agreed those were the 4.
Yeah, no matter what the list is, if Jim Brown's eligible, you put him at the top, and then you sort of go from there.
Yep, and then Paul Brown, of course, founding the franchise. Motley played both ways. These Browns and Otto Graham going all the way back when this team was fantastic in the All-America Football Conference and won championships, and the Browns were one of the teams in the 50s and 60s, but since then they're one of only 4 franchises that has not been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they should have been to 2 when you really remember what happened. Of course, the drive and the fumble and all that sort of stuff. This is a proud franchise, and these football fans know the history, and they're tired of talking about history. They're ready for a little action.
2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. That's a about a 5-yard pickup there for Odell Beckham.
Well, that's what they did when they got it going in the first half. That's exactly what they did. Play fake, get the ball out of your hands. In the plays in the first half, when he was under 2 seconds, 7 for 8, 69 yards.
Hey, it could be 13-9.
Whenever he can get this thing going, when he holds on to it, they've had almost no success whatsoever. So let's get it out to the playmakers and let them go.
Catch and release. 3rd down and 4. Rams again, rushing 4, and that is bobbled and juggled, and Damian Ratley is able to hold on to it. Tight coverage on that one as well, but with Talib there, but he's able to juggle and re-grasp.
That is almost remarkable that was completed. Talib actually hit the ball first, and somehow Ratley was able to hang on.
Hey, we're going 24. Hey, Taco. 58.
Well, inside handoff. Chubb picks up 9 yards to the 45. Taylor Rapp, the rookie, and John Johnson make the stop.
Well, if you want to beat this race,
nice patience exhibited on that one. Gets to the 44-yard line. Johnson and Well converge on the tackle. That's a gain of 12.
one of the things they do is this same side draw where you got to have something that doesn't go like that. So they try to get this guard on the inside edge, and you can see
I only got to pause it during any of the music stuff.
Over time. You can see Cush that time able to get Aaron Donald up the field, and that's one of the things they wanted to do. They want to get Donald, who wants to get up the field and trap him and wham him and do some different things to him.
Quickly, Beckham, and he cannot scoot away from Roby Coleman. Clay Matthews is also there. Short game pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8.
But the other thing this does, Al, is it really frustrates a defense. You know, when you throw the ball in 2 seconds, there's no reason to even rush at all. It doesn't make any difference. So now psychologically, what do you do defensively? You start trying to get there faster, and a guy like Aaron Donald is not using all of his moves that he has available to him.
2nd down and 8. One way to keep him in check. Good blocking up front. But this time Mayfield finally is going to get corralled. He had a lot of time at first.
He should have threw that ball away.
Where offensive holding is normally called. That will be the case.
No, Clay Matthews used to play for
the play.
Holding, offense number 78. That penalties decline. Result of the play is 3rd down.
He used to play for the Green Bay Packers.
This was the hardest coverage to try to beat. It's 2-man. They're going to have 2 safeties down the field, man underneath everywhere else. You can see people chasing all over the field. And so there really just was nowhere to go. And what we've seen so far, this offense and this passing game has been non-existent when Baker Mayfield has held the ball longer than 2.5 seconds.
That's the definition of a coverage sack, and they credit it to Matthews. He gives him 3 in 3 games. Meanwhile, a lot of blocking on the screen, and Chubb is off to the races. And Chubb will finally be taken out of bounds at the 15-yard line on a 3rd and 13. Beautifully executed, beautifully designed, great blocking out in front. Big gain of 31.
Now they got him. They blitzed right here, and you screen in behind it. It's just one of those, as a play caller, you pray for. They bring 4 to that side, and there's just nobody left out there. All 4 linemen, blockers out in front, and that's just stealing. So, boy, you're sick. All the great play calls you made defensively, and that one got caught.
from the 16-yard line. 5.5 to go in the quarter. Mayfield fires for the end zone, and it is broken up and a flag is thrown.
Oh, if that's pass interference, that's half the distance to the goal.
He saw the flag and it would be called on him. And it will be defensive interference.
Pass interference, defense number 20. The foul occurred in the end zone. The ball be placed at the 1-yard line, automatic first down.
Well, you can't cover it any better than Troy Hill did. Let's see how handsy he got here on the top end of the route. Not too handsy.
Ball is at the 1-yard line. Of course, you can challenge. Chances of winning it are next to 0.
Nick Chubbs
gets into the end zone for a touchdown. The Browns quickly answer the Rams' opening drive of the half by going 9 plays and 75 yards. And
no, I want to say it's we call it Aaron Rodgers and company.
Challenged.
I'm wondering, because you can challenge interference, which McVay already did once and lost.
Illegal shift. Offense number 13. Went in motion and did not reset prior to the
Oh, wow.
penalty. Replay, first down.
All right, so there was no challenge that didn't stop the game.
Wow.
They were allowed to run the play. It's Beckham who is flagged for the illegal shift and then moves the ball back to the 6-yard line.
Well, Beckham was the X on that play, which means he's on the line of scrimmage, so he cannot be in motion. So basically what it was, yeah, you can move down, but you just got to reset and realign, and they treated him like he was in motion, and he couldn't be because there was a tackle inside of him.
So back to the 6. They empty the backfield. You got 5 receivers. Mayfield, look out, avoids the sack and then throws it away. Of course, it was Aaron Donald who got in there very close to his first.
Why are they
sack of the
running?
season.
Like,
Second down and goal.
I would have tried to run it.
It's almost hard to believe that Aaron Donald doesn't end up with 4 or 5 sacks every game. Just up the field. People can't get their hands on him. That big SWAT move of his, and that Baker somehow able to escape, but they have had 0 success now. Anytime Baker's not throwing it right when he hits his back foot, they just cannot get Aaron Donald blocked.
And second down and goal. Give it to Chubb through the middle. He'll take the ball down.
Oh, look at that. They run the ball and they got positive yards.
Third down, go. What's your call here, Chris?
I think you have some of the quickest athletes in the world on the outside with tremendous catch radiuses. I do not like fades in the back of the end zone. That's a very low percentage throw. But if I get a chance to ever throw Odell Beckham a slant in a key moment, of course, Wade Phillips knows it right now, too. He may get the one-on-one. Let's see.
We got Talib on him.
Yeah, and that's just strictly one-on-one. Let's see if they somehow switch out of it, though.
Far to the right. They do, and the pass is caught for.
Oh, there you go.
The tight end, Demetrius Harris. The Browns take the lead as the tight end, former Kansas City Chief, hauls it in with all the attention played to the right side.
You just wonder if Taylor Rapp right here is supposed to drop into some kind of zone, because Johnson goes out in a zone his way, and literally that is just a busted coverage.
Rapp, a rookie, second-round choice out of Washington. The extra point by Seibert is good, and with 4.5 to go.
Hey, real talk. This Gemini man, I kind of want to see this. Oh.
University of Georgia? No, not really.
The dog pound dog is in building.
I miss Saga.
Okay.
The dog pound. So 13-10. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Well, first of all, watch the ball handling here. Baker Mayfield knows it's a pass. He flips the thing upside down so he can get the laces during the play fake. I've never seen that before. And then Eric Weddle came oh so close. He's a great athlete. Did everything in college, but couldn't quite get up high enough for that one. That was a good read that time by Baker Mayfield. They ended up doubling Odell on the outside. He saw it, went the other way.
Mayfield with the hands of a magician as Malcolm Brown spells Gurley and picks up 2 yards here. Sheldon Richardson makes the stop. 2nd down and 8. Gurley tonight, a couple of good runs to start the second half, averaging a little less than 3 yards per carry.
But those were inside runs. See if they get back to it.
Play action, look out. Goff steps away, fires, caught. First down. Brandon Cooks makes the catch. Myles Garrett again put the pressure on, but Goff was some nice little dance moves side to side.
You know, people just have no idea how important those subtle moves are in the pocket. Tom Brady, he probably can't run 5.3, but he's one of the best at that stuff.
Goff dancing around. Look out, and it is intercepted.
Interception.
TJ Carey takes it away from Brandon Cooks.
Yes, Gridiron Blitz, this is a very tough game to get through.
A return over review. They're taking a look at this. You saw the ball begin to come out. Does he have control of the ball before it hits the ground? Here it is again. Take a look. Terry, bring you in here. Terry McCauley.
Well, Al, you're right. That's the whole key. Does he get control before the ball hits the ground? It comes in there really tight. I don't think you can tell either way.
The field of interception stands. First down.
Yep.
That was the right call.
Yeah, the ball became obscured in a couple of the replays. Was there enough to overturn it? The call on the field stands.
And basically, he beat Cooks to the ball. You know, it was his ball, and you couldn't see any bobble on the bottom end of it. I like the conservative nature of not overturning everything.
So, a couple of picks now. 2 turnovers for the Rams. They start this drive here with a little confusion. And that ball is loose. The ball is loose. He's trying to give it to Chubb. The Rams think they have it. Don't have a signal yet. And it's Cleveland's ball. Sean Smith comes in. Stay on pile. Messed up handoff. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it looked like they were, I don't know, that ball was definitely out. Who ends up with it? It's hard to say. Was that Chubb that ended up getting it?
58.
I mean, it looks like Chubb thought Baker was trying to hand it to him late and probably pulled it away from him.
Well, there's a Cleveland Brown at the bottom of the pile on 2nd and 11 out of the outside. And turned back in. He gets the ball into Rams territory. Chubb for a couple. 2:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. And it's 3rd down and 8 for Cleveland.
Well, this has just been simply 2 different football games for Baker Mayfield. When he can get the ball out of his hands, they look great. When he has to hold it even once for like a 1 count, they have done nothing.
He's 14 of 24 on the night, 133 yards. 3rd and 8. Mayfield fires and a little bit behind Jarvis Landry. Seemed to find an open spot there, but the ball a little behind him, and it's 4th down.
There was a little wiggle at the top of that route, and it's one of the concerns that these guys have is that Landry and Beckham, they like to do little things at the top of the route to get open, but you could tell Baker really wasn't anticipating that, and so ends up the ball is just a little off.
And that brings in Dillon for his 5th punt. Shaky punt. Short. And that goes out of bounds, and they're going to mark that one off as the official comes up the sideline, keeps going past the 20, still going.
Ball's at the 20-yard line, or 29-yard line.
3 with Atlanta. His name now on the Ring of Honor. He's a finalist for the Hall of Fame. His father played, and there is Clay the third, playing for the Rams now, longtime Packer, coming out to surprise Dad during the ceremony. Brother Bruce in the Hall of Fame. It's an amazing family. Brandon Cooks takes it to the 49. You know, we always talk about the Manning family, and of course the Manning family is royally. You keep forgetting about the Matthews family.
Yeah, no question about it. Clay Matthews, the father, he was the leading all-time sacker for the Browns. And, of course, the third ended up the all-time leading sacker for the Packers.
Granddad in San Francisco for 4 years. Brother Bruce, 19 years, Hall of Fame. Young Jake with Atlanta as Gurley picks up 5 yards, getting to the 44-yard line.
You know, this is once again that Patriot defense that they saw in the Super Bowl. But the one thing the Rams have now adjusted to, they've said, all right, we admit we can't run outside that. But we're having good success going right here. You can see how hard it would be to get outside the edges on that defense. But by tacking right at the middle linebacker, they found success.
Tight formation on the 2nd down and 5. Gurley, a slip move there, takes the ball to the 41-yard line. Lawrence makes the tackle. We talked about load management for Gurley. Tonight he has carried the ball 11 times. He's played 38 of the 47 offensive snaps, but he has not caught a pass. So just 11 rushes and no receptions yet.
I think this may be 4-down territory, so you'd have definite options here.
With Gurley now into the slot, then a bunch to the right. It's just a 3-man rush, and Goff fires, and that's caught, and that's Cooper Kupp to the 20-yard line. Somehow, some way, it's always seemingly to get free, does here to the 20, and that will end the 3rd quarter.
All right, end of 3, 13-10. The Cleveland Browns are up. And just a heads up to anybody that's new to this channel, I do mute the music or commercials, as that will get copywritten. And if you're also new, definitely hit that subscribe button and click on the Gridiron Blitz's comment, go to his channel and subscribe to him as well. And, you know, come join the Sports Movement Network. Speaking of the Gridiron Blitz, bro, this game is rough. Absolutely. So if you guys are new to the channel, there's his comment. Go ahead and click it, and it'll say go to his channel. Go to his channel, hit subscribe. My voice is still off, but it's all good. We'll fix it later. All right. I appreciate that, Gridiron. Oh, I appreciate that, Yeet.
Second wild card spot in the American League. We cover it all, partner.
I draw it all.
Yes, you do. Start from the 20-yard line of Cleveland here, and this is Cup flipping it back to Woods, and Woods has blocked.
Oh, that's a first down.
And Woods puts his head down and is out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Brandon Cooks helping to lead the way. Those receivers all block for each other. First and goal.
Where you're going to see everybody move in that direction and then working their way back on the double reverse. That is deadly. They do so much of that jet sweep, and that was a new wrinkle right there out of Sean McVay. Just when you think you have him wired, you don't.
First and goal, just inside the 3. Play clock at 1. Putting his head down, lunging to about the half-yard line goes Todd Gurley. Chad Thomas in on
Run
the
it
tackle.
again.
Second down and goal as McVay calls the play in. Garrett out of the game for the moment.
Yeah, they probably have bigger, stronger guys down there in the red zone, and want to give all those big guys a chance down here. They were just playing single coverage on the outside if they ever wanted to throw one to Cooks.
Instead, Doc takes it himself, and no signal yet, and now they say no, he does not get in. He needs a half-yard and gets about half of that, maybe. Third and goal.
Larry Ogunjobi right here is going to grab him around the neck at the end of this thing and pull him straight backwards, keep him out of the end zone.
Inches from the goal line. Third down. And now you've got Demby, the right guard. And it could be a false start. It will be.
Offense number 64. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Third down and 6 inches to third down and 5 yards and 6 inches.
An old veteran trick right there by Sheldon Richardson.
Starting the stream, I said the Rams will win.
Get you to jump, and now you're backed up.
Third and goal. Three-man bunch to the right. Pass over the wide open is Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp with the touchdown.
Comes out of that bunch. Those play designs are tremendous. Wide open. Touchdown.
I have no idea what happened to Jermaine Whitehead on that one. This wasn't a pick. It wasn't anything. He went up and took a shot at Kupp right over his head. The guy right on top of him. Watch him give him a shot and then just sort of lose his balance and unable to get back into coverage.
Zerline in for the extra point to try to make it a 4-point game. A couple of minutes into the fourth quarter, which he does. So back and forth we go.
Absolutely. That's funny. So, William, who do you have winning? Rams. That's what's up. Oh, you're a 49ers fan? That's what's up. Yeah, I got a family that's 49ers fans. I got my favorite team is the Detroit Lions. I've been a Lions fan since day one. But I did live out in Arizona, so my second favorite team would be the Cardinals. Absolutely, one pride. But this is one thing I love about football is, it brings people together. Yeah, he is.
Night, temperature got up into the upper 80s today. Tomorrow is the first day of autumn. Back and forth we go. With the Rams on top 17-13. LA trying to stay unbeaten.
Just imagine when Kyler Murray gets younger receivers and his offensive line, and it starts getting better on defense. The Arizona Cardinals could be a team to beat.
When he has more than 2.5 seconds to throw, just 2 for 12, 19 yards.
Oh, at first, yeah. I mean, he's going to have them,
for 13,
them first game jitters.
So, guess what I'm going to recommend he does right here?
Hold on, let me guess.
He's so brilliant. In some ways, he's a little like Aaron Rodgers because he can do everything, right? His big plays come when he gets out of the pocket.
Yeah, most definitely. And stay tuned for Friday. Friday, we do our normal weekly Lions show.
Get that sucker out of
and then on Tuesday, we do our week off, all of our NFL news. So, William, if you want to join us on Tuesday, join myself in the Gridiron Blitz.
Picks up 14 yards. Having a nice night. 17 carries for 79 yards.
It just helps so much when Donald makes an inside move. Otherwise, he is a nightmare to block. But he really ran himself out of that play and gave Antonio an opportunity to get him.
Line up this time with the pistol for the first time in the game.
Hey, Brown Springer. Hey, stay on it.
Chubb behind Mayfield. Chubb has it. Breaks a tackle. There's a loss of a couple into a gain of a couple. Broke away from Aaron Donald. What was it, Freddie Kitchen?
Oh, I appreciate that, William.
Who the best Georgia back is? Well, Gurley 12 for 36 tonight. Chubb 18 for 81. At least for the moment. There they are. Look at that. How's that? Sony Michel, Todd Gurley, and Chubb.
How those guys do.
That's the dynamic trio.
RBU.
Hey, that's where you need load management. Give everybody a shot. Second down and 8. Mayfield chased out. Keeps his eyes downfield.
They're doing decent. They had that one tie against the Arizona Cardinals, and then they won the last two. So technically we're undefeated, but that game one against the Cardinals, we gave them a moral victory, and they were the worst team last year. So technically for me, that's a loss, and I know the Gridiron Blitz will agree with that as well.
Nick Chubb on carry number 19.
Yeah, it's part of the plan with Donald because when he's in that 3 gap, that outside between the guard and the tackle position, he wants to go upfield. So what do? You run a draw right inside of him. a little surprised we haven't seen him getting trapped or whammed or some of the things they talked about going into this game, because he's a freight train, so just occasionally let him go and let somebody come from a different angle and get him.
180. Play action, 2nd and 9. Slipping away, look out, gets away, flag is thrown, and the pass is out of bounds. Forced out.
Terry, did he get forced out before that ball got there?
Let's take a look.
Sure did. He had no chance. He got pushed before the ball got there.
Well, you got a false start anyway against Cleveland.
Yeah, Chris, that's pass interference.
Wow.
He
Sure
definitely shoves him before the ball's there.
But he already gave the signal for a false start against Cleveland at the top of the play. Now Sean Smith is checking with the other barristers. It was 2nd down and 9.
William, I think it's more or less the offensive line.
Illegal formation. Offense number 86 was covering number 88. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is 3rd down.
So there's no interference call, simply the formation is flagged, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 9.
And with that offset, Terry?
It would, Chris. Yes.
So the best they could do is get back to right where they are.
Second and 9.
Hey, 24.
Instead, 3rd and 9, because they called only 1 penalty.
But it would have saved him a down.
Correct. Mayfield. And trying to get away is Chubb, and he can't. That's Corey Littleton right there, not letting him out of his grasp. And that's going to make it 4th down and 9.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite players to watch on tape is that guy right there, Corey Littleton. He has a way of covering backs that is just invaluable in the game right now. This screen looked like it was set. And if Cush had gotten to him and gotten him blocked, they had plenty of territory.
Well, for the moment, they're going to line up to go for it on a 4th down and 9. Will they snap it? They're just trying to draw the Rams offside. And they'll go for it on 4th and 9, and they run a draw. And
Oh, you dumb.
by Eric Weddle.
Yeah, the Boobers.
Like that call.
The Boobers are out. That was a dumb play. Like, why would you? If you're gonna go for it, you play action, then you go over the top. I have no idea, Yeet. It's the Cleveland Browns. Oh, hey, I appreciate all the subscribers. Can we hit 3 more by the end of this stream to get to 360? Can you smell the penalties coming? Hey, it's the NFL now. Even with a half-decent team, they still the Browns. Absolutely, William. Yeet. That was some Detroit Lion type stuff right there, yeah. I appreciate that, the Gridiron Blitz. Yeah, hopefully I can end this stream with 360 subscribers. My goal is to end this month with 400.
About the four-shop, you could have challenged that. They would have had to put a flag down, which they didn't, but that might have made a big difference on that series.
Well, it certainly would have, because it would have been 2nd down and 9 instead of 3rd down and 9. Now you pick up 5 yards, you're at least kicking a field goal that you're right back in it. The way it ended up, 3rd down and 9, one play, and you're out, right? Now you got to go for it on 4th.
So 2nd down and 6 now for the Rams. They toss it back to Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks with that first.
Find room to pick up the first down. Takes it right to the midfield stripe with 8.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cooks makes such a huge
difference. There's a slight
team.
possibility, but with Detroit, you never know.
Teams now that he's had over 1,000 yards with.
4 years.
No, you're not tripping.
He is a big play threat all the time.
Saints, Patriots, and now the Rams. And underneath
I mean, even as soon as we found out the schedule, I said, you know, this game right here against the Kansas City Chiefs is probably going to be our first loss. But I also said we were going to be 3-1 in the first 4.
Initial contact, somebody's going to pick him up in the backfield, bounce off of that, and just you can see him just dig back in. We've seen some footage of him jumping on boxes, holding 50-pound legs. It's crazy what he can do.
2nd down and 10. From the 50. Goff fires.
Oh, that almost was the INT.
Brandon Cooks is there, so is Eric Murray. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Boy, very lucky that time for Goff. He read man coverage underneath and never saw the zone. Instead, it just happened right here. He's going to stop, and he thinks it's man coverage, but it's not.
I'm going to still stand tight with somewhat of what my prediction was, which is 12-4. So I'm going to say 11, 4, and 1.
Goff's already had 2 passes picked tonight. Excuse me, 1 pass picked tonight and a fumble plus 2 touchdown passes, both to Cooper Kupp.
Gridiron Blitz, you gave us an extra loss? That's 17 games.
Along the far side by Josh Reynolds. He'd be the 4th.
If you're giving us 17 games, it's going to be 12, 4, and 1.
To Los Angeles.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So the Rams called a timeout.
On the best throw of the night from Goff.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Who called that time? It had to be Sean, right?
Oh, it had to be, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So McVay calls the timeout.
Hey, now that was some line-esque play right there.
They can throw the challenge flag. Take the timeout off the board. Man, oh man. Long time since I saw that.
I almost asked, can you do that?
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
I
can use one right about now.
3rd and 10 to 50. Steps away. He's going to run with the ball. And he'll be stopped at the 43. And there's another flag on the play. Took a little shot at the end there. Flag is down to the 32-yard line, so about 9 yards.
Hey, I appreciate that subscription.
Ended.
I wish I was you out, but I think your subscription is private, so.
Goff and Garrett talking about remembrances of being the #1 draft choice overall.
Shout out
club.
359.
Very much so. I don't know really what they're discussing here.
There's 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Holding. Defense number 22, that penalty's declined.
Okay, I guess I said something wrong.
Unnecessary roughness, defense number 35. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
They're going to call it on Whitehead. I mean, Goff took a shot and escaped a little bit. Here's the hold, which gets declined. Holding cup. But the big penalty comes at the end of the play. Goff going down, and then Whitehead puts his shoulder into the back of his neck.
It's a good call there. You can't complain about that one. And one of the things they love about Whitehead is that he is so aggressive and so physical. It's gotten him a couple times tonight, though.
Killer right there. The play was on 3rd and 10. So now it's a first down. Reverse roll. He's so good.
We have 7:27 left on the clock.
But the forward progress is only 9 yards, so he's short of
7:20.
Second down and 1. 7:20 and ticking down in the 4th.
Well, here it is again. We talk about it all the time, but these pass plays and bootlegs look just like a run. Look the way he extends that ball out.
And now he gives it to Brown, and Malcolm Brown looks to be a little bit short.
Remember Peyton Manning used to talk to us about he would have somebody film him individually and every one of his ball fakes and every one of those things to make sure they looked exactly what they did when he was doing the run.
It's a 3rd down. It's a 3rd and short, and that is tipped away. Intended for Reynolds, T.J. Carey. And that's going to make it 4th down. So you've got a 4-point lead. Do you kick a field goal and make it a 7-point game, or it's 4th down, a half a yard? The Rams, knowing the Rams.
Wow.
Well, you don't know. You know, it's an interesting thing. McVay, for as aggressive as he is with his play calling and everything, is not that aggressive when it comes to 4th down.
Not at all. There was no doubt in my mind what he was going to do. There's no doubt in my mind what I would do with that one, though. I would go for that one.
The 49ers very well could go to the playoff. Jimmy Garoppolo's playing pretty well.
And that kick is close, but good.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Garoppolo over there in San Francisco. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's actually playing really well. Yeah, it is a hard division over there. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. The Seahawks has been surprising me. Yeah, that's what I thought so too, William. And I didn't like. Well, yeah, they picked up Clowney and Ziggy Ansah from Detroit. You know, but I also didn't like their DK Metcalf pickup. But that boy's been proving me wrong. Yeah, he is.
Well, this guy's going to be starting a bunch of them back-to-back, and he's growing into the position, really, as they say, just finishing up his rookie year as far as number of games played. So but he is a fantastic talent. He has so many skills.
Sure line on this.
Oh, you better pick that up, boy.
80-degree night as it's fielded at the 10-yard line. If it was bouncing around, there's a flag down. Normally means look out into the kicking net. Place where Odell
almost decapitated himself.
In New York for a while. Damian Ratley was the guy running it back, but every time you see a flag come in as it did there, well, not every time, but only about 99.6%. It's on the receiving team.
I wouldn't give him that much credit, Yeet. Megatron had a great route running skill set.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 20. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, the wind out here is a bigger factor than what we've talked about so far. Watch how far this kick moves to the right once it gets about 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. I mean, it just goes dead right. And coming in the stadium and jogging around a little bit today, you could tell it's about 15, 20 miles an hour.
Then swirling once you get inside the bowl.
Yeah, Megatron was a different
back
level.
At the 10-yard line now. The Cleveland drive with 6.5 minutes to go in regulation. Off the fake, look out, and down he goes, and sooner or later, Aaron Donald was going to get a sack. There it is. First of the season for him.
So good with his hands. Watch the way that he just gets inside Batonio and gets there, and now at the last second is going to just flip him out of the way. Once he gets up and underneath, it's one of the things with him, he's not a big guy at all. And sometimes you forget that he always has leverage, just 6'1", and usually those linemen are 6'4", 6'5", and he has a way of fighting underneath them.
For breathing space.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions weren't winning, and he didn't think within the next 5 years the Detroit Lions could win a Super Bowl, so he hung it up.
Games, and all of them came in the last 13, and tonight he gets one in game number 3.
That was a good bet. That he was going to get one in 2019.
So it's 3rd down and 10.
Detroit was never going to trade him.
Mayfield, look out, he's going to go down at the 2-yard line. And that's Clay Matthews playing in front of his family. Mom and Dad looking on, and it's 4th down. So 2 big sacks on this series.
Well, you knew it was going to happen. There's Beckham on the inside slot. He was going to try and work his way all the way across the field, but no way they were giving him an opportunity. Double coverage on him. And every time Baker's had to pull that thing down tonight, bad things have happened.
6 punt for Gillum. Matson backing up, fields at the 47, and gets taken down post haste.
So this game's getting put down to the wire. I tell you that. It's only a 1-possession game. Yeah, I feel you on that. You know, the time needs to, what do you call it? Needs to come for us to actually go out there and perform. Some glad morn. What do you mean? The only reason why the audio is muted is because of the copywritten stuff from commercials and the music during the games. Well, this is kind of like a watch party, man. I'm sorry if but usually during the actual game, I try not to really talk too much. Just so people that want to hear the game can actually hear the game. No, money was never an issue with Megatron. You know, we gave him the contract he wanted and things like that. It was more or less he wanted a Super Bowl ring, and, you know, if he couldn't get it, he wasn't willing to play, you know, anymore. Which I understand, you know, with football being 100% injury rate, you know, it's hard. Yes, he is.
His son with a sack. Rams have it. Will they work on the clock now? Cleveland has all of its timeouts. Give it to Gurley to the outside. He goes. Gets taken down to the 45-yard line. Terrence Mitchell makes the tackle there. Some teams elect to use the timeouts this early. Kitchens does not at this point. The Rams figure to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Well, first down could not have gone any better than that. And so now you're hoping that these pass rushers can start to make a difference. Let's see what
Absolutely.
they give over here on this side. Havenstein, they're going to put a tight end this side. And a wide out at the top.
2nd and 12. Goff milks the clock all the way down. Gives it to Gurley. And Gurley with a nice run to the 46 of the Browns. Vernon makes the tackle, and upcoming for the Browns defense to stop a huge 3rd down and 3.
So here's that same defense, Al, we've been talking about all night. 3 over here, and the linebackers shifted this way, which is enabling this cutback lane. So the outside plays are not there, but the inside plays have been. Good adjustment in the second half by Sean.
3 minutes, 3rd down and 3. Good play fake, fires.
Oh!
At the 30-yard line.
Oh!
Picked off Justin Burris.
All right.
Just got here yesterday off Schobert's hands.
There you go, William.
He'd been here.
Browns intercepted it for you.
Back, activated tonight, and a huge pick with 2:46 to play.
Well, let's look at Schobert right here, who's going to be the one that gets underneath this thing and gets his hands on it, thrown a little too hot for him to be able to catch it, but right off his hands. And what a remarkable story. This secondary that was cobbled together really in the last couple of days has just been brilliant out here tonight. And then Burris, who was cut by the Browns, cut by the Raiders, brought back yesterday.
The ball
gives
is
them a chance in this game.
at the 40,
So that's not an issue
like
right
44-yard line, almost 45.
From the 43.
Oh, 43.
The toss, Chubb, into the traffic.
They're still on the Brown side, though.
Stops him after a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and it's interesting. They're doing the right thing, in my opinion, here. You know you're in 4-down territory the rest of the way. So your job really at this point is twofold. You've got to go score a touchdown, and you also have to milk the clock because you don't want the Rams to get the ball back. So the crowd's going a little crazy, but this is the right strategy. Plenty of time to go down the field.
A lot of things to think about, too. You get a touchdown, do you go for 2? Try to win the game? We'll see. 2nd down and 8. And Mayfield
sack.
And a flag is down.
Okay. Let's see what the flag is.
Parkers and Evocom are both there. Clock stops at 2:01. Flag is 4.
Illegal contact. Defense number 24. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
All right, that helps huge for Cleveland.
Let's take a look. Young rookie, he's the dime linebacker now. Key role, smart guy. Let's see what happens to him. Right there.
The Browns are down 7 with 2:01 left to play.
The clock stopped at 2:01 instead of the 2-minute warning, so they get an extra play. They'll stop at the 2-minute warning. They have all of their timeouts. First down to the 50-yard line.
And he took away a sack.
He did. Mayfield chased out. Donald chasing him. Going to fling that one halfway to Illyria as it comes down to the 2-minute warning at $1:54 left in regulation, and a good one on Sunday night, with the Rams leading Cleveland by a score of 20-13.
Yeah, I know Baker's been under a lot of pressure, but he's got to stay in there on that one. He had time to let this thing happen. Let's take a look at what happened down the field. There's Beckham. And those
Rams are winning by 7.
They do such a great job of disguising what they're doing. They do a little subtle difference of that every single time. But watch Baker. There's no reason for him to leave at this point. The pocket was fine. By leaving, he actually brings Aaron Donald back into play. And it's the hardest thing in the world when you've had as much success as he's had playing on the move, especially moving to his right, which is where the Rams were totally going to play him in this game, moving to his right, to not go to it when everything's on the line. And yet, that time, there was plenty of protection to stand in the pocket.
Standings up to the minute right now in these divisions. NFC West 49ers beat Pittsburgh 3-0. Rams trying to go to 3-0. Seattle loses. In the North, Baltimore loses to Kansas City. Cleveland goes to Baltimore next week.
I'll tell you this. If Cleveland does win, they'll be tied for first.
And this will be against Cleveland.
And that'll keep your Rams.
5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Or keep your 49ers up in first.
Pro Bowl last year.
That's called the Donald factor. You know you have to get out of there quicker than you do against any player in the league, and you just can't help yourself.
24. So it's second down and 15 from the 45-yard line. Look out, breaking free. Well,
why would you do that? You let him straight into Aaron Donald.
Chubb amongst the passel of Rams. So it's third down and 15.
Yeah, did I mention Aaron Donald?
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be this close.
Comes around here. He sees the running back sneak across his face, and he goes out and goes, oh, okay, you're going to run that screen thing again, huh?
So I'm glad more. What team are you rooting for, bud?
The whole package is number 99. Pressure on again. Mayfield fires. Caught inside the 40. That's Landry.
Okay.
Picks up a block.
Oh!
28-yard line. Tackled by John Johnson. First down.
All right.
Clock running a minute.
Put that pressure on him. All right. I see you now.
8-yard line. 27-yard gain.
27-yard gain by Jarvis Landry.
Big play. Minute 18 and running from the 28-yard line. On the ground. Chubb next to nowhere at the 26-yard line. It'll be second down and 8.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, it's one thing to run the clock all the way down, but I'm just wondering at this particular point, don't you take a timeout here?
You might after this one. 3 timeouts, still plenty. Plus that D-line, you don't want them subbing.
Oh, ball at the 10.
Flag is down, though. Ratley
He's calling the timeout.
Could this be roughing?
Well, I know Baker Mayfield went over and helped up Aaron Donald at the end of the play. I don't know if it was the same.
Okay, this game just got like really good.
Roughing the passer. Defense number 99. After this penalty, automatic first down.
Wow.
That was the only reason I could possibly think of why he helped him up off the ground after the beating he's given him all night. But here it is, right to the head, no question. Good call.
They'll always get the flag. Now they can take plenty of time.
3 seconds on the game clock.
Put a couple of seconds back on 43. First down and goal from just inside the 5-yard line. You think they'd go for 2?
They don't. I don't know why I don't. I just don't.
I personally think they will go for 2.
Spread them out. Blitz coming. Mayfield fires high, and that was all caused by the pressure that was coming from the Rams on the outside. Second down and goal.
Yeah, you hear us talk about a zero blitz, and what that means is there's no safety in the middle of the field. But what that also means, there's one more guy that's blitzing than you have blockers up there. So you have 5 blockers, and here comes 6 guys. So you have to throw it that fast.
There's Eric Weddle. Long time Charger and Raven. Second and goal. Landry goes in motion. 3 receivers set to the right. Mayfield going that way. That's tipped and it's incomplete. So it's third down and goal with 37 seconds.
That is true.
Samson Ebukam was able to break it up. He scored 2 touchdowns, defensive touchdowns in the Kansas City game last year.
Ebukam. Boy, you've worked so hard to get down here. These last 4.5 yards are tough. Not much room to work.
Empty again. They go empty on a third down and goal. Mayfield fires, and that is
Why would you go so high?
Intended for Demetrius Harris, who scored the earlier touchdown for them. Rapp covering on the play, and it comes down to this.
It's a great play by Rapp right there. He's had a couple of bad ones, but that was a great one. 6'7", former college basketball player, and he went up and made the play. They had everything they wanted there, but Rapp was up to the challenge. Well, another Sunday night coming down to 4th down in the last play, and
why not?
Here we go.
4th and goal. So what are you going to do here? Go empty again? Yeah, I think
they have to go empty, and I'm more worried or more thinking.
All right, Dwayne, you have a great night, man.
Zero blitz one more time. That's an interesting call. I'm not so sure I wouldn't try that something similar to what they just did. They have a 6'7", 6'6", all those tight ends out there. And, yeah, that was a heck of a play there by Taylor Rapp, but he's only 6 feet tall, so if you want to play basketball, it's not a bad chance.
We saw a zero blitz last Sunday night at the end of the game on 4th down from Jim Schwartz of Philadelphia. The next thing you know, Julio Jones is dancing into the end zone. 4th and goal.
I wouldn't mind to see overtime.
And now the
third and final charge timeout, Los Angeles. 30 seconds.
Take a timeout, which lets us tell you. We'll see Dak Prescott.
Got Cowboys and Saints next week, so stay tuned for that. We'll probably start at probably either the normal time, about 8:10. I'll start that.
Come out of it with a win.
Spent the whole week on the West Coast. They were in L.A. and then they just stayed out there.
A lot of times.
I know I'm doing tomorrow's game as well.
in this case Nick Chubb against the linebacker, but because the Rams have Corey Littleton, I would shy away from that one. I wouldn't feel good about that at all. Keith Talib's had a great night tonight.
Yep.
And he has been out there on Beckham. He's done a fine job. Beckham in the slot on the left.
Chicago and Washington tomorrow.
Fourth down. Here's your ball game. And the pass is picked off.
Are you kidding me?
Johnny Johnson, who had an interception last week, will end it, and the Rams will fly home with a victory.
Yes, I'll be live streaming tomorrow. I try to live stream about 3 or 4 games. You know, with Thursday night, the Lions game, Sunday night, and Monday night, I try to stream. And then Tuesday and Friday, we'll alternate between mine and the Gridiron Blitz's channel for our weekly shows. On Tuesdays is a NFL game, and then on Friday is our Lions one.
And on their way to going to a 3-0 mark and tied with the 49ers.
Hopefully I can get one more subscriber within this next 27 seconds. It will mean so much to me to see 360.
It's a good game. This Cleveland Browns team is close, and that was a pretty.
But hey, shout out to the Los Angeles Rams and the Cleveland Browns. They gave us a good second half.
That was huge.
All right, you have a wonderful night, man. I appreciate everyone. Oh man, you guys made my night. I finally get to see 360. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. You guys rock. Man, that is amazing. But with that being said, I truly appreciate you guys. I hope you guys come back tomorrow. I'll be doing the Monday night game. The Bears and the Redskins. So definitely come check me out. And if you haven't subscribed to the Gridiron Blitz, his link is in my description, as well as the other members of the Sports Movement Network. So I appreciate you guys all. You guys have a blessed night, and I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow. All right. Have a wonderful night, you guys. Have a nice